So let's just write down, I'm going to just mention it, otherwise you might wonder where did you get these from. So we wrote these down on page 44, okay? From page 44, okay? We've already written the inequalities before. So I will spare you the whole writing the inequalities. We're just going to go define variables. We're going to do that part. So A will do right there, X and Y. We talked about number of B days, and Y was number of weddings. Let's do that part. Implicit constraint, that's where X and Y is greater than 0. That's it. And then C, we're going to write the system here. This is on page 52. And I'll write them down side by side, okay? So I'll go 3x plus 5y, right? This would be the number of hours it takes, and we have at most 40 hours. So that'd be IQ number 1. And then our next one was 450x plus 625y. And that talked about earnings, and that had to be at least 2,300. Then we had that x plus y had to be less than or equal to 9, like the number of events combined. And last but not least, y is greater than or equal to 2. Sorry, that's a little cramped, but we'll be all right because that's a special case. So this will be writing the system of inequalities, and now we're asked to graph all possible solutions. So basically come up with a graph. So let's find the intercepts here. So this would be cautious with the space you have, because we need to get the graph and all of that on here. So I'll kind of go as much left as possible. So 3x is equal to 40. Divide both sides by 3. I don't have the key in front of me right now, so I'm freestyling here. So that'd be 13.33. So that is my x-intercept. And then it's 5y is equal to 40. So y is equal to 8. That's 0, 8. And here's where the intercepts are going to help you big time to determine what kind of scale am I supposed to use. So I know I'm kind of going a little fast, but you already know how to do these things. So I'll rewrite it down here. 5y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 40. Okay. Divide everything by 5. And y is less than or equal to negative 3 over 5x plus 8. Very important. Solid true region is, right, it's less than, so that would be below. Therefore, I will be shading above. I'm going to circle that. You can keep up with me. I know I'm pushing it a little bit. And then this part right here, 450x is equal to 2,300. Big numbers, but don't fear, it'll be just fine. You've got a calculator, remember. So that's 2,300 divided by 450. That's 5.11. So 5.110. Cut it here, and it's 625y is equal to 2300 divided by 625. .68. So that's 3.68. Let's rewrite 625y is greater than or equal to, right? Remember that. Divide both sides by 625. And with word problems, there's never a negative y that I can think of. So you don't have to worry about flipping the inequality. That's when you have the non-contextual questions. So I'm going to just leave this exactly the way it is. And then this is not it is a finite decimal. So you could actually go 3.68 if you wanted to. But just to prove the point, I'm going to leave it like that. Just going to leave it like that. That way you're sure to get the exact same answer. So this is solid. True region is above. I will shade below. And here come the easier ones. Maybe I'll show you once, but the intercept here will be 9009. Every time it's just x, y, and a number. Look at this number, and those are your intercepts. But if you go x is equal to 9, so that's 90. And on the other hand, if x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 9. So that's 09. So I'm okay if you just write down, right, whatever this number is on the right, those are your intercepts. That's only if it's x and y without any other coefficients. Okay. So y is less than or equal to negative x plus 9. The x comes over negative, right? Solid true region is below. I'm giving you one of the crazier ones with a lot of inequalities. I don't want to give you the easy one and then you struggle with, how did he do that one? Okay, and last but not least, horizontal line at 0, 2. Nothing that we don't need to change anything. So this is solid. True is above. We will shade below. Yikes, right? All right, so now it's graphing time. I will try to fit that graph in this corner here. So I'll just make a y and an x-axis, and then I will just adjust my scale accordingly. But hold it, before you do anything, let's type them all into our calculator. This is very, very important to do this so you know what it's supposed to look like. So let's do that before we do anything else, because you don't want to have a scale that all of a sudden doesn't work. So you go ahead and click away. You're much faster than me at this. Negative 450 divided by 625x plus, make sure you have brackets for that y-intercept. That's negative x plus 9. And then it's just 2. I showed you how to do a vertical, right? The 999 bracket x, and then it has to be the opposite sign of what you have. So remember that. We don't have to worry about it here. So let's go ahead and graph this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? I'm going to extend my x max a little bit to like 15, because I see that my x-intercept here is 13.33, right? Just to make sure. And to be honest, I only care about quadrant 1. It's a word problem, right? So this is what we're expecting. So let's see what that ends up looking like. Okay. So watch the bottom here. I'm gonna go 2 by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That works pretty good. So 4, I'm gonna label every other one. I'm gonna zoom into my graph here for a bit. This would be number of B days. And this would be number of weddings. Get that out of the way. And for my Y, the highest y-intercept is 0, 9. I don't know if you can see it up there. Look at your intercepts. So if I go to 10 or so, I'm fine. I'm going to use the same scale. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16. Okay. I don't need it to be laser, like precision, like a laser precision separation, but I do need them to be somewhat consistent. Okay. If I notice a big jump there, then I will say something. Okay, let's do the first one, 0, 8. And then 13, this is 14 right here, so 13 would be there, so just slightly over to the right. And let's graph that. I will label it a little bit later. 511, this is 6, this is 4, so 511 is right there. And 0, so 3.68, so 3 would be right there, 3.68 is right there. A short little line. They're all solid, by the way. You can almost bank on that. And then it's 9, 0. So you got to be careful. This is 10 for me. So 9, 0 is right here. And 0, 9 would be right up here. So it does come down, like you have to be quite accurate with these for them to work out. And last but not least is your y equals 2 line. That goes right along the 2. Y is greater than or equal to 2. That's that one. And now I'm labeling here slowly. This one right here, I'm going to go out with my labeling. This is my second line. That's the 450x. And I know this is a bit cramped. I will make sure to give you enough room on ACs or anything else on quizzes, tests. There's plenty of space. I've got this one, the 0, 9. This one here is the x plus 9. Sorry, x plus y is less than or equal to 9. That's this line right here. And this one is the very first one I graphed, 3x plus 5y. Is it a lot of work? Yes. You have to be meticulous. You have to be careful, for sure. And this is where I start shading. It's on video, so if I'm going a little bit fast, maybe just look at it later again. So I'm going to start from the right up here. I'm shading below the Y2. So let's go ahead and do that. That's gone. And the X plus Y 9, that one I shade above. So make sure you line it up perfectly. There you go. Everything above that line is gone. Okay. And then this small one here, short line, is we're shading below that one. And the last one we shade above. So we're going to go here and just shade above that one. So you're basically just getting rid of that little sliver there, because everything else is already shaded anyways, but I'm just going to do it regardless. So voila, there's your solution region right here. Can you imagine using regular shading and determining that that's your solution region? That would be quite the task, let me tell you. Okay. So there you have it. We graphed all possible solutions, guys. They're right here. They're found in here. Okay. Anywhere in here is a possible solution, as well as the corner points. So E, let's state a possible solution. I'm gonna pick 2, 4. That's for sure in there. Example 2, 4. 2 B days and 4 weddings. That is one option, right? That is one option that would make all your restrictions happy. Let's put it that way. You want me to underline that one and just say 2, 4 is right there? And last but not least is your POIs. What's our time? 17. I think we can manage that. So the homework, by the way, is going to be page 53, which I already did. I wrote the inequalities for you. However, it would be a good idea to not look at the previous page that we already done, where we wrote the inequalities, and try to write them again yourselves based on what you read. That's why I basically did this. So watch this. I need to figure out the corner points. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corner points here, 2 of which I already know. So I will do this 0, 8. I already know this. And then it's 0, 3.68. I already know this. So I need to just focus on these 3 here. Maybe we'll pack it here, and I'll just post so when I post this key and the other key, I will have the points of intersections there. You already have them in your calculators. Find them before you look at the key and see if you can actually come up with that. Let me just 53 and 54. 54 is also the Canadian Tire one. Okay, Canadian Tire Wendy's. They don't pay me to do this. Maybe I'll get a free burger for the year, hey? Once a week. That'd be something. That'd be something. Thank you, guys.